All right, so we're looking at round seven of the Premodern Championships at LobsterCon in Boston. We have a pretty good matchup in the round seven. This is basically playing for the top eight. I believe both players are 5-1 at this point.
Yep.
So it's a really a match for all the marbles. With me today is Mr. Andrew Walker. Say hi, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew. There we go. So we have a match between Rich Shay on this Parfait Oath build, and then Ben Katz on a Ponza deck that we'll get to in a second. But this Parfait Oath is kind of something similar to what you usually play, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like one of my oath decks. It makes me want to bring my oath deck out, looking it over and watching him earlier before we got to this point. The It's pretty much a tax rack oath deck, which was my flavor of choice. Same kind of creatures and stuff, but he's got the Parfait package, which, if to define it, if you hadn't seen the previous match, Parfait just comes from the dessert that's basically a like yogurt custard based thing with pound cake or angel food cake or whatever, and berries and this and that, just like a hodgepodge of things, so you never have the same bite. And that's basically what Rich has here. Uh, he's got some ores of silence.
Which part is the
Yep.
part is the yogurt? Which part is the berries?
I'd say the main part is the main part of the oath deck. The Enlightened Tutors, the tax rack, the oath, and then you start getting the splashes of flavor in terms of the ore of silence and get-ins.
Well, I don't think we have to go too far into this analogy, but
Yeah.
I was just saying that if you want a good breakdown on this deck, Rich just did an excellent episode of All Things Considered, the podcast with Brian Menelakis. Remember, that's Tings, not Things. It's Tings.
Tings.
So I would highly recommend everyone listen to that. It's a Parfait prison build that looks to kind of get the card advantage with the tax rack engine. And then he's got a bunch of like lock pieces that are great, especially with Zer's Weirding as a way to kind of lock out most combo and control decks, so they can't draw, the cards they need.
Yeah. For those who haven't seen Zer's Weirding, it's 3 and a blue for an enchantment that says both players play with their hands up, and whenever they would draw, the opponent can pay 2 life, I think, to just discard that draw. Does that sound right?
Yeah, just like so they don't get it, basically.
Yeah, yeah. It's a janky card in the sense of use before, but it's a card I've always liked, and I've always tried to think of where to stick it in, but that was probably 15 years ago, so it's cool seeing it pop up. And I played a lot of practice matches with Rich before going to LobsterCon, and it was a fun deck to watch, fun one to try to beat.
All right. Yeah, and obviously Rich is a great pilot. So
Oh yeah.
let's switch over to Ben's deck.
Sure. Oh, there we go.
All right, so this is Ben Katz's build. It's a red-green Ponza, classic. We've all tried to build it when we were little kids. It's got some burn, it's got some acceleration in the form of birds and wild growth, and some beat downs with the Call of the Herd. But it's also trying to deny some mana. So you got there's plenty of good 3-mana land destruction spells, and the key is to get to the 3 mana as quickly as possible. Mm-hmm. So that's why you see the mana acceleration to get there. But it's mostly green based with a little bit of splash for red, which is nice.
I was going to say that's probably the primary reason you wouldn't use Pillage, because it's just those 2 red or too pricey when you're really more of a green deck.
Right, and the green has some Thermokarst and
Creeping Mold,
Winter's Grasp, which basically do the same thing. And I don't see any Creeping Molds in here.
Oh,
maybe
that's not...
one. Yeah, I think one in the bottom right.
Okay. What's the white border?
That's Plow Under.
That's a Plow Under?
Wait,
no. Up at the top is
that's Wild Growth.
Oh, that's a Wild Growth?
That's Wild Growth. Yeah, so the key is to have the bird or the Wild Growth on turn 1, so that turn 2 you start blowing up lands. And the Plow Under on the bottom, down to the middle left, it's a great way to just kind of like set your opponent back further on tempo. But it's always key here to make sure you keep it. You have the pressure, because if you don't have the pressure, then you're not a very good control deck. So pressure is going to be key for him to maintain, which is going to be probably pretty tough against a prison deck, which is meant to control the board. So why don't we hop into game 1 and get going?
Sounds good.
got yeah, we got Rich on the left and Ben on the right. Not sure who has the play or anything like that, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. It looks like Ben's down a mulligan to 6, and it looks like, yeah, Rich is on the play, starting with Mox Diamond.
And an oath.
And,
And a
right,
crypt.
straight to Oath and the Tor. And, yeah, he has that man deck Tormod's Crypt, which isn't going to do much against Ben, but. And I think Ben's fine to, like, just play with this treetop against Oath. Like, creatures are definitely his beatdown plan, and he has a couple of main deck removal for this Oath of Druids in the form of Hull Breach, and also I think I saw a Naturalize. But I mean, Hull Breach would be amazing right now. I mean, just talk about a great 2-for-1. I mean, he's hoping to rip that as soon as possible.
Would you be?
Yeah, this Tormod's Crypt.
If you drew that, would you be aiming at the tax or the Oath? If you,
I would say the Oath in the Mox Diamond. I would say.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it doesn't look like he has it, so he's going to play a little draw go with just a treetop village, and that's not great. But a wild growth could speed this up, get this going.
Yep.
Wild growth is starting to blow up. Yeah, he's just gonna have to play into it.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, can't really get to 3 mana against Rich unless you put it out there.
Exactly. So I think you'd rather give him the land tax than the Oath of Druids, because that's always they're both scary cards, but the Oath will end the game faster, so to speak. Even though both lead to end of the game at some point when he has that many cards.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, when land tax goes off, it just is like, wow, it's basically just ancestral recall. Even though it's just 3 basic lands, it makes a big difference.
Oh yeah, especially if you've got the scroll rack, just because those 3 lands tend to turn into 3 useful cards.
Oh, it's insane! It's an insane engine. It's wicked good.
Yeah.
All right, looks like a fetch. Yeah, he's going to start having to address. It's going to be hard to keep him off the lands because he just drew 3 of them, and he's going to keep drawing 3 of them.
Yep.
The next few turns. But if he can get to his higher spells, then that's probably good.
Yeah. It's not like he's going to run out of lands as soon as he starts activating the Oath. It's just going to hit him.
I'm not sure what he just did. He blew up a land of some sort. It looked like it was a green spell. Yeah, he's just going to draw some more. But this is what I was saying. Without the pressure, Ben's just going to be twiddling his thumbs, and while Rich keeps developing a board.
Yeah. Rich
is fine playing with a Mox Diamond and a land,
Yeah.
And you're not going to be able to blow up more lands than he has, especially with the land tax out. You just, maybe it's I think he had to hit 3 mana, but now it's maybe like you just try to treetop village him, and hope that he doesn't have Source of Plowshares.
Yeah, that would.
I mean, that's basically all he can do.
Yep.
He's not going to get enough tempo or control with the land destruction, so he's going to start playing threats and attacking.
Yep, swords.
There's swords.
Yeah, he called that.
This is definitely not the matchup that Ben wanted to see for his win-in.
Yeah. It's definitely fun seeing a land destruction deck make it to round 7 at the top level. Like you said, it's always one of those kid decks you build. I built one. I had one with demonic hordes and things like that. But yeah, in reality nowadays, it's less common than Enchantress.
I know I said it before in our podcast, but land destruction is not control; it's tempo, and that's why you need the pressure. Because you'll never have enough land destruction spells than what they can have in their deck. Exactly. So you're never gonna just take it. Almost never. And if you do, then you don't have a deck basically. And if you would just lose to other things. I mean, then there's other situations with an Armageddon, which actually Rich has in his deck.
Yeah.
That it's different kind of land destruction. It's more of a mid-range swing the board.
Yeah.
Kind of land destruction.
Yeah, I mean, Rich with his diamonds has got good board presence if he sets off Geddon, and then he just sits there and waits for Ben to play a land, and he goes to town again.
Yep. Speaking of which, there it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we both read those.
Ben, you're kind of in trouble. Yeah. Ben's got to be in trouble now. Oh, he actually played an Undiscovered Paradise afterwards, so not that really helps because the Undiscovered Paradise is just gonna be able to bounce back to the hand and trigger land tax anyway.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with Rich's deck is like he's not gonna be killing quickly.
No.
So it's not like all of a sudden this isn't like an Earnham Geddon classic in that sense after the Geddon where he's going to, be I'm not sure what just happened.
Rich
But
doesn't
it's not like he's just gonna play. He's not gonna play a fatty. He's looking
Yeah.
to lock the game as opposed to just start swinging.
Do you know if Rich's build had Funeral Pyre?
Does not. He has it in the board and he's cutting Wish in the main
Yeah.
so that he can find it that way.
Yeah,
So,
that was one reason
again,
I thought he
there
might
was
have played out the Undiscovered when you noted that. That seemed like an appropriate time to play it if he had it. Propaganda.
Who's the land destruction deck now? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's propaganda.
Yeah.
But like he's not gonna be able to do a whole lot. He destroys the planes. Oh, okay. Interesting. I guess there is a way that, he could destroy enough lands because I think Rich only has 18 lands in his main deck. But
Ben's main kill is the Argothian Worm. Is that how big is that? Do you recall? I know it's the one
a
with
6/6.
6/6 trample. Opponent
6/6 trample, but
when it comes into play,
sack a land or
Yeah.
sack a land and then put it back on top of your library.
Yeah.
So it is interesting. It's just a card. Like, I never really care for those kind of cards that, let your opponent make a decision or the correct the decision they want to make. So that's tough. But it's important to be able to I guess it's kind of a repeatable source of land destruction. But if they want to get rid of that, then they get rid of that. Ooh, creeping mold. Okay, what are you killing? Sure.
Yep.
All right, you need more of that because you still then you have to pay for propaganda. That's fine.
Just got,
Creeping mold is a good versatile card. Yeah, he does have 6 mana.
Yeah.
But if he's passing the turn, that's no good.
Yeah, I was thinking he might have Argothian Worm to put some at least some pressure on. If Rich has,
I'm pretty sure if I bet you if Argothian Worm gets cast, Rich is just fine with that because I'm sure at this point he probably has another swords.
Yeah. Ben doesn't have any really big creature kill, does he? Like if Rich's Neshoba lands, it's a problem.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a problem. All right, keeps pulling up the lands and call the herd. Yep. Okay. There's a clock.
Yep.
I don't think we've had much damage taken on either side yet, have we?
No.
I think maybe Ben's at 23, if I had to guess.
From the swords, yeah. So that's about right.
Replenish? God.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Oh.
All right. Here comes. Yeah, he just destroys it. Oath comes back, and the Aura of Silence comes back. That's cool. All right, maybe this will be over quicker now. It almost might be tempting to kill your own elephant somehow. All right.
Was that Thermokarst? Yeah.
Yeah, and bolt. Yeah, he both his own elephant. Like I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rich just hanging back. He's in no pressure. Six. Oh, he hard cast in the Shoba. Here we go.
Yeah,
Where are the
I think I
Druids
did
go?
that in the May top 16, and yeah, the opponent's like, oh, that's a thing. Yeah, it's definitely a fun
Why did
card
the
to
Oath of
hardcast.
Druids go? Oh, he aura silenced his own Oath of Druids so that Ben couldn't get any triggers from it.
Yep.
That's what he did. Yeah, swinging with an Ashoba.
Yeah, that's pretty much the death
7/7 rumbling in. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know how he's going to be able to deal with this, but other than by chump blocking it a bunch of times and
Yeah.
giving Rich, 30 life.
Yeah, I mean, that's yeah. You only have to chump block it twice, and then it doesn't. Then his worm would live. You'd shrink it to a 6/6, then a 5/5, and then the 5/5 doesn't matter that much. If you have.
Yeah, but the worm's not going to stick around.
Yeah, well, I know exactly.
Just keep bouncing the worm back.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'd even play it because you're locking the top of your deck at that point, and Rich is just going to pay 2 life out of the 7.
Or he just going to swords it. My guess is that he has swords.
Yeah.
I feel pretty confident in Mr. Shay's position here. No, excuse me, Dr. Shay's.
Show the swing.
Don't know what they're deciding here. Are we on Rich's attack step for the second attack?
I think he just tapped and attacked.
Yeah. Chump blocked. John is 6. Okay.
Yep.
Need your dice, guys. Okay. I guess that's something. Oh, puts it down to 5, like you said. Now the worm can start blocking it.
Yeah, now the swords would be handy.
Is that another worm?
Yeah, it's a worm.
Yeah,
they're both worms.
Okay.
And a bird. Oh.
Yep.
So, he doesn't have the oath. He could always play another oath if he drew one. But Rich's life's got to be in the 30s.
I think it's only, yeah, maybe. Oh, second swords. Cunning Wish, here we go.
Yep.
I wonder what he's getting. Brain Freeze. Yeah,
Yep.
that's a Rich state.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not sure how this is going to work. So, Brain Freeze is Storm, right? And
Yep.
it, puts the 3 cards.
Yeah, it mills for 3
So is he gonna
times the
bring-
storm count.
Right. So, he must be doing this at end of turn. So, you got
Yeah.
Cutting Wish. I guess that does something.
Yeah, he was
4,
practicing
5,
that against
6, 7, 8, and 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Storm for 15. I mean, I guess that's something.
me.
Is there a way for him to recur this?
Well, oath cycling it back into the deck
True.
and then just drawing it. But yeah, I know while playtesting, Rich definitely cast that quite a few times. at the appropriate interval.
What's he casting now? Must be a Light and Tutor. So now he's gonna get the Zer's Weirding, and now this is the lockout.
Yep.
So now Brain Freeze the bunch to take a bunch of cards off the top. Now Rich is at a healthy life total, and he's gonna be swinging with a 5/5 to show, but it's gonna gain him 5 life every turn, and make it so that basically Ben doesn't get any new cards.
Yep. And
scoops it up. Yeah, he sees the lock. Okay.
Check out the sideboard. Richie's definitely got a
I mean,
potpourri of choices.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try to guess on this one. I can tell you that the red isn't coming in, but like, you know, I doubt the. Maybe. I mean, he's really killing with green, so probably not. I mean,
Ray Revelation
Orange Chant maybe, but no, I would say. I don't know. I really have no idea. Maybe if anything.
Oh, another Brain Freeze.
I bet most
he
of
probably he's gonna Cunning Wish.
No, that was the Brain Freeze he Cunning Wish for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so,
he's not gonna put that in. They're all pretty much targetable, right?
Mm-hmm. Except for an Aura Silence and
what is that? An Aura?
Besides and the Engineer Plague.
What's to the right of the Engineer Plague?
Abolish.
That's what it is.
So I'm not really sure. We'll see. Let's go over the other one. That might be more interesting. All right. So I definitely Naturalize is coming in. Hull Breach is coming in.
Yep.
And that's probably it. Maybe Bailoff, but I doubt it. Yeah. If he's got other things to take out. Lightning Bolt's not great in this matchup. But yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe bolts and assault batteries don't seem wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you need to kill the opponent somehow, but like lightning bolt's not going to kill any little creature or anything. So maybe assault battery's just better because it's a repeatable source of damage as an elephant. But that's about it. So not much really else to say unless you got something.
No, it's like no compost, no defense grids. There's no chokes. It's pretty cut and dry what you pick from. Maybe Bailoff if you want some creature, but I mean it's less beneficial than the worm. It doesn't lock you out like the worm can with the Zers, so. But I think you'd still want to try to bang it out fast, drop it, and make Rich be back on his heels instead of in the driver's seat.
I think the burn is so bad that you take out all the burn stuff and probably bring in Bailoff just because of 4/4.
Yeah.
That sacks itself. It's better than a 3/3 elephant or something like that.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's just go on to the match and see what happens.
Sounds good.
Obviously, Ben should be on the play here. And fetching out a forest and guessing a bird or wild growth coming in. Yep. Yep, wild growth's fine. Wild growth's probably preferred. Does the same amount of ramp, doesn't do the same amount of fixing, but it also doesn't fall in the trap of Oath of Druids.
Yeah. No, and sword is in your wild growth.
All right. Well, again, turn 1 land tax. This is not looking great for Ben. You're never going to run him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to trigger it. Ooh, it naturalized. Oh, nice. Okay. All right. We're in business, Ben. Let's draw about 4 more of those.
I missed what he targeted.
With what?
The naturalize. What did it go for?
The land tax.
Oh, okay.
No, he just enlightened tutored another land tax.
Land tax, yeah.
Of course. All right. Just keep drawing land taxes or naturalizes, Ben, and maybe you got a chance here. Oh, when he's got 4 latent tutors and 4 land tax in the deck.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's gonna be hard to run him out.
Yeah. Same with the scroll rack and everything. It's in the oath. He can get what he needs. He's got 8 of each card effectively.
Mm-hmm. What you gonna do, Benjamin? All right, another wild growth. The green floating. Birds, sure. Birds.
That's
okay.
some ramp.
Sure. Hopefully he does something good with it. Fails to find. Huh. Nice shot, Rich, so you can trigger his land tax. Fails to find, so he's only got 1 plane, so now he gets the land tax trigger during his upkeep.
The fetch trick, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a pro move right there.
Yep.
Like, I'm getting this, I'm triggering this land tax. I don't care that you have now 6 mana on the other side. I'm gonna have my answers. I'm gonna get my cards.
I'm assuming he ended turn did that. That's the only way that would work.
Well, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. End up turn it. I think Ben's still gonna feel okay. He's got 6 mana.
Yep.
But the problem is he has no way to draw a card.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
And I was just gonna say it's the only problem he has is 1 land and Rich is in getting territory, and that's a lot of stuff to lose.
We still have the birdies.
Yep. But birds also make good oath enablers, so there's the worm.
Or go through a worm.
Sure. No.
Just lets it resolve.
Looked like he was thinking.
Was he thinking about sacrificing, or was he thinking about playing swords?
That's the question. He picked it up and looked contemplative about it, so he's yep, put it in the graveyard.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Did he go in the tank a bit?
Whoops.
So back on top.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, for Rich, it's almost a time walk because now he can do the tax for Ancestral's worth of lands, see what he gets from that.
Well, right. I mean, Ben could keep doing this every turn, in theory, right?
Yep.
And it's going to take a long time to run Rich out of lands because he's getting 3 of them every turn. You know, there is so many he has, but I think Rich can probably, keep up and probably develop his board as well.
Yeah, I mean, if he
sure he's just looking for
rack, he's going to probably find at least 1 or 2 boxes.
Right. Thermokarst. Keeping him off of white.
Yeah.
All right, do it.
At least from land standpoint.
Do same thing. Yeah, I guess he starts. If he can start getting 2 a turn, but now again, he's going to lock himself out. Where he's not going to be able to do 2 a turn.
Mm-hmm.
The land tax. Why not?
There's the worm again.
He could have attacked too. I don't know why he didn't attack with Treetop Village. because that other treetop could have added the two. Yeah, this again, he needs to start putting on pressure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like you said, that's how land destruction works. You cannot sit back a turn. You have to put the pressure on every turn. Now
I
we're
mean,
just getting
yes,
9 lands.
right now. Yeah, but he's probably running out. He's probably gotten them all.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's gonna keep doing this. Let's see how this goes. Okay,
There
now
we
we
go.
realize he could have attacked. There we go. All right, now I'm starting to like Ben's position. I mean, Rich has got to turn a corner here.
Rich has got 6 obvious cards, 7 in hand, 8, 9. What is the other 2? Draws 10.
I mean, really, like Ben has not, added to his board at all in the last like 4 turns.
Yep.
He hasn't developed. Not that Rich has done either, but
it's pretty much just been a back and forth with the worm.
okay, blessing. Putting 3 lands back in. That's awesome.
Yep.
That's huge.
I mean, he's getting close to the point where if he taxes 6 or more, he's going to be drawing anything but land because he will have thinned it so far.
Well, right, but also like Rich will be happy to keep doing this.
Yep.
He'll eventually find blessing. He'll eventually find oath. He'll eventually find swords. He'll eventually find, you name it, scroll rack. You name it. Where he's gonna. Literally, Ben has not seen a new card in like 4 or 5 turns now.
Yeah. There's the rack.
Scroll. That's awesome.
That's a bad position.
Sure.
Wow.
And like you said, Rich is just will be happy to look for
Diamonds.
Mox diamonds at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Yeah, if he's not holding any, he's scroll rack into them.
I mean, I guess Ben has been attacking, so I wish we could see the life totals. I'm not sure what Rich is at.
He's been hit, 2 or 3 times so far? By the treetop?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really unsure of the life totals here.
Nothing else is a life gainer so far. He's probably around 10, and there hasn't been much other than fetch lands maybe for both of them. So Ben's probably
I'm sure he's going to look.
upper teens.
I'm sure he's looking for like an ivory tower.
Yeah.
Okay, that's scroll rack for a bunch. I think that's the official term, a bunch. 6, 7, 6 cards probably. 1, 2, yeah, it's a ton.
Yeah, he only needs. If he drops a propaganda, it's gonna definitely inhibit what Ben can do.
I mean, at some point, Ben might have to come off of this Argothian worm plant.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem to be fully working.
There's
Sir Sanctum.
Yeah.
And a Geddon. Bye-bye.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
By the way, I now have 2 good sources. You have a 4-drop that you just drew again.
Yep.
And I have a scroll rack for whatever I don't want. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. See, like, he was looking to do something huge.
Yeah. Now he's
That was awesome. That was awesome. Mox Diamond number 3. Aura Silence. Yep, no wild growth for you. And, okay.
Play
Fine.
Aura, that means he doesn't have an oath. But I don't know why you would just hold back on an oath.
Oh, God. Now he's getting all the cards. He's scroll racking again. Yeah. Ben, sorry, buddy.
He could have up to, 16 cards now in hand? 17? Yeah, he's going to get everything he needs.
Yeah, I mean, he could get 9. I mean, if he has 9 basics in there, which I bet you he only has those 5. Draws for turn now.
He's probably drawn.
So he actually gets 17 cards.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Scroll rack when you're at this point is just
Well, also now, Enlightened Tutor's going to find exactly what he wants.
Yep.
Yep, go grab the oath. Put that on top, scroll rack, put it into play.
Yep. The opponent's got 2 birds,
Yep.
which is the perfect thing you would hope for.
Right. This was a masterclass by Rich, just because he always knew where he was going with this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
He always knew he was digging towards, he could outlast this Argothian Warren with these land taxes.
Yep.
He knew it. He was under some pressure with the Treetop Village, and like I said, I wish I knew the life totals, but where are we getting?
Like 2 attacks, probably?
An attack or two. Oh,
Yeah.
Trike. All right, Trike's coming in. I didn't see any blessing triggers. All right, Trike coming into play. I mean, he could, in theory, shoot down those little birds, but
I mean, right now it's
my guess
2
is
bird. I'd wait for my other creature. As soon as it hits the board, maybe then start sniping the birds. I don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even waste sniping him. Just attack. He's gonna block at some point. I mean, unless you're worried that the birds provide enough mana. But land destruction decks always had one problem that I found, which was to help with tempo was any kind of draw. There's like Crows and Tusker too would be nice in this deck. It would help color fix. It's a big body if you're in the right position.
And there's the lockout. We got the Zer's weirding.
Yeah.
Ha! Okay, so he just shot both birds and shot itself. Yeah. So he must be a high enough life total. Oh, Zer and Orb on top. Okay, so he'll have plenty of life.
Oh no! Nope, he paid 2 to not allow it.
Oh, Ben did, right.
Paid 2, yeah.
Which is fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scroll rack. Put some things back. So he's gonna get the look of fresh cards.
Oh God.
Oh right, I totally forget you play with your hands totally revealed.
Yeah. Definitely fun seeing decks like this where you get Zer's Weirding, which is generally not a commonly seen card.
Nope. Enlightened Tutor, would you like him to have that? Nope, apparently not. Again, it doesn't really matter because he can just scroll rack things away. 3, 4. I mean, I think he's gonna have to try to cast this Neshoba.
Yep. Yeah, he's got to.
I'm kind of surprised
that he did the.
I think you were. I think you were right. I'm curious why he decided to kill both birds. I mean, it keeps him off of mana.
Yeah.
Obviously, but
But he's got plenty. I thought, right? He's got, or you only have.
Well, no. After that, Armageddon.
Yeah. Now he's done.
Well, right, but I was wondering why he didn't choose to, blessing. Excuse me. Leave the trike. Give him 1 turn, and then so you get your Neshoba, so you get a second creature, and hopefully hit a blessing to shuffle all your lands back in, right?
Yeah.
And then you can start scroll racking again. Oh, both the druids, you can have that. All right, blessing goes in the graveyard.
Is that Baylock?
Yeah, you can have an Argothian worm pass. No, it's another worm.
That was a worm.
All right. Oops, that's what he's looking for. Sarah's Sanctum. So now we can play the Neshoba.
Yep.
And that'd be my guess. Other Oath of Druids, sure, you can keep that. Plays the Sanctum, 1, 2, 3, shitload. Um, that Aura silences his own Oath of Druids again, so that doesn't trigger for him. Oh god, that's such a combo. That's so smart, Rich. So now your opponent is just like, okay, I'm not. Yep, you can draw that.
I know it depends on the opponent. So
But
he was thinking in you either destroy the oath or keep it. And it's like if you don't think your opponent's got blessings, you might. I know Rich has used that thought with the brain freeze in some of the matches when I was practicing with him. It's just like, oh boy, I'm gonna get to do all these things, and then he shows that as like, well, oh great, I just like milled a third of my deck already just getting a creature, and I get hit for a brain freeze.
Again, if people are interested in what Rich is doing, you have to listen to that podcast that he did with Mano.
Yeah,
He broke it down so well. It's excellent. It is just like he thought of every angle of how to play this deck, and it was super impressive. So Rich wins 2-0, and just like I said, Rich just understood what his deck was doing, and he knew the game plan all the way through, and just how he was going to win this game. He knew that Argothian Worm was not going to be a problem because he was going to keep getting enough lands with land tax, and eventually he's going to be drawing cards when Ben's not, and it's going to make a difference. So really well played, Ben. That's just a horrible matchup for you because you really probably can't beat land tax in general. But
land tax
anyway, thanks for talking with me, Andrew, and thanks for listening, everyone. So that was round 7, and up next we'll have the top 8, which will be feature more of Rich Shay, who made it on the breakers here. So, all right, everyone, have a good day.